Municipal policing will be increased and security systems will be improved around courts in the Western Cape after the latest deadly shooting around a court precinct. In just recent months, 3 people, at least 3, have been shot near court precincts in Wynberg, Mitchell's Plain and Athlone. Those are just the ones who've been killed. The Deputy Justice and Constitutional Development Minister, Andries Nel, today went to visit the Athlone Magistrates Court and joins us now on The Full View to talk about what you've been able to gather, Deputy Minister, regarding what happened on Friday and the shooting. What facts are currently before you?
Thank you very, very much for this opportunity to address a very, very serious issue, which goes to really the heart of our justice system and our constitutional democracy. The facts that we have is that this was an accused in a domestic violence matter. The person was shot outside the court, not inside, but nonetheless close enough to the precinct, really to provoke severe trauma amongst those who work in our courts, the administrative staff, the prosecutors, the legal aid, South Africa attorneys, the magistrates, the prosecutors. And for that reason, we decided that it would be correct for myself, on behalf of the Minister of Justice, to go there together with Judge President Mabinla Bokana, on leading the judiciary in the Western Cape, to engage with the staff, to reassure them of our support and that we would be taking very urgent measures to beef up security at all of our courts, but also to commend them for their dedication, their commitment, and their unfailing loyalty to serving the cause of justice. I think what's also very, very important is that the measures that we've put in place since similar incidents in Wynberg have already kicked in. We have upgraded all of the metal detecting scanners, and even this morning, as we were visiting the court in Athlone, our security personnel at that very same Wynberg court found someone trying to smuggle a firearm into that court. Right. It was successfully detected, it was confiscated, that person is currently in police custody.
Am I right, though, in saying, Deputy Minister, that the person who's been detained today and the previous incident in the Western Cape where someone was actually able to get into a court building and indeed shoot or fire at people suggests that it may be something that is more common than we actually realize? So we're basically dealing with worst case scenarios here rather than the norm.
Look, the reality, and this we discussed at length in our visit, is that our courts, as much as we would want to see them to be independent of society, are very much part of the society that we live in. They are not islands. The fact of the matter is that over the past 2 years, there have been over 2,000 gang-related deaths in the Western Cape. Our courts are not immune from that. We know that there are serious organized criminals, gangsters who are sitting even in prison, able to command and direct the smuggling of contraband through those who appear in our courts, as well as to direct the elimination of their opponents. And that is the challenge that we as a Justice, Crime Prevention and Security Cluster have to deal full-frontally with.
Right.
And that is why tomorrow I will be with the Minister and the Deputy Ministers of Police, both in Mitchell's Plain as well as in Puleni. And on Wednesday, the Minister of Justice, myself, and the Judge President of the Western Cape will be meeting to look at how we can intensify security even in the short term.
Right.
The medium term and the long term.
It's one thing, Deputy Minister, to intensify security, improve security, etc. But as you were saying, the court system is not itself free, or at least completely insulated from the influences of gangsterism and the other webs of criminality that we often hear about in the Western Cape, if criminals are able to order hits from within the confines of correctional centres, if they're able to run entire communities, would I be fair, right, in saying that ultimately the bigger task for people like yourself is then understanding just how much infiltration there might have been by these webs of criminality within the court system, where perhaps even some of your officials, security guards, etc., are looking the other way while weapons move in and out of something that's supposed to be a sacrosanct as a court building?
You are absolutely right. I'm not going to even begin to disagree with you. You've diagnosed the very problem that Judge President Bokwana and I spent a whole morning engaging with staff at the Athlone Magistrates Court. They were very, very clear, and I don't want to engage in certain of the detail, but they were questioning very seriously how it was possible that various forms of contraband, including weapons, could find themselves into what is meant to be secure holding cells. And they were questioning the role played by court orderlies. They were also raising questions about the role of other administrative staff, such as cleaners, that have access to what is meant to be secure areas. But the fact of the matter is that is a deeply ingrained societal problem, which is not going to go away overnight, regrettably, much as we are going to make all attempts necessary. We've got to act immediately, because we have courts that are running now. We must safeguard the safety of those who work in those courts, and paramount to that is the public. The public must be able to go to our courts in the knowledge that they are safe, that they're able to protect their constitutional and legal rights. For that reason, we've said to them there are 5 key areas that we want to focus on with immediate effect. Firstly, beefing up visible security around our courts, and that is what we will be discussing with the Minister of Police on Wednesday. Secondly, we've got to enhance and tighten the partnership that we have with the police and also with correctional services. Thirdly, we've got to be innovative and creative in the use of technology. Why is it necessary, after an accused person has made a first appearance, for them still to be physically transported to court when there's the option of video links with correctional facilities like Polsmoor? Fourthly, working together with the Department of Public Works and Infrastructure, we've got to beef up both the physical infrastructure of our courts as well as equipment like scanning equipment. And lastly, but probably most importantly, is that we've got to build a culture of integrity and discipline in our courts and our broader justice, crime prevention and security cluster. So those are the issues that we outlined in our meetings at the Athlone Court this morning, and which we will be pursuing.
Just lastly, if you can, in a minute or less, Deputy Minister, where justice itself is concerned, it is frightening, blood-chilling, in fact, I would say, for people who want to help in the fight against crime in the broader Western Cape or the Cape Town area, where there's gangsterism that is so rife, when it is clear that gangs can reach you even on the doorstep of a court.
Our message is clear, that we as South Africans who value our constitution and the rule of law have no option but to unite, to pool our efforts, and to fight against that and ensure that we defend the integrity of our constitution, of our judicial and legal system. We have no option, because if we lose that fight, essentially at the end of the day, we lose everything, and we are not willing to lose everything.
Good to talk to you, Deputy Justice and Constitutional Development Minister Andries Nel. Thank you for your time.